Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Tuesday, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as season. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Tuesday morning, guys. I want to talk to you all today about this spirit that many of you, including myself, have experienced, and so many people are talking about it. It's this spirit of heaviness and a spirit of depression that's going around that a lot of you guys are experiencing. So I want to talk about a few different things. I've had some of you to tell me exactly what you're feeling, and then I kind of just couple that in with a few things I've experienced for the 2 days I've dealt with it, and just go from there. Many people say they feel like you're just stuck in the house, right? Meaning there's no motivation or no energy to go out and do the normal things that you typically do. Let that be shopping, maybe taking the kids to school or whatever. Like there's no energy whatsoever to do your normal activities. Some people say that they feel like bricks and dumbbells are literally physically on their body. That's how heavy it feels when it's time to try to get up off the couch or out the bed or whatever. Many people say that they're sleeping more than usual, even after a full night of sleep. So you've had 8 hours, you had 12 hours of sleep, and you wake up and you're still tired. You just want to go back to sleep. And some of you probably do, because some people work from home. But I know there are people who have to go to work, so you just can't really sleep in. But you feel that tiredness and that heaviness. Some people say that their addiction is more prominent now. That be you're eating more, you're drinking more, you're smoking more, you're watching porn more, you're having sex more. Whatever your addiction is, if you have an addiction, whatever your addiction is, you feel that it's way more profound at this point. And then lastly, some people say that there's no spiritual connection. The things that typically give you that drive and that motivation and fill you up, is just there's no connection, and you feel like you have to force it now. So when you read your word, it's like you're forcing yourself to read it because you just know you're supposed to read your word, but you're not really getting the things that you need. Or if you listen to the worship music, you're not connecting with it. Or so whatever, nature, when you go outside, you typically walk and connect with nature. Now you're just walking and looking at the leaves and you're just there. So there's no spiritual connection. Like, what's going on? What is going on, guys? All right, so depression. Now, granted, I am definitely not one to sit here and talk about clinical depression because, I just don't know, right? But I'm not a person who struggles with depression. But I said in a recording, I think last year sometime, that in my ignorance, I asked God to help me understand depression so I can help others. And then he gave me, I think, 5 days of depression. And so I got to experience what it is. And depression is no joke. Like, seriously, I was one who couldn't get it, or just felt like people were just not tapping in. Like, what is going on? Let's just get moving, right? But depression is real for those who struggle with clinical depression. Now, there's also a seasonal depression. Now, I get a little something here. I actually got a taste of it maybe last week. It was something about last week. And so many of you have said the same thing, like things started to feel different from you last week, or just when September started coming in. Some people say that because in fall, let me just be clear, fall is my favorite season. Seriously, it's not too hot, not too cold, nice and brisk. But some say because there's less and less sun as we're going into fall and we're changing seasons, then a lot of people start to feel that transition, right? And then it's like they go through some type of seasonal depression. But mine is more so less like 1-2 days, I guess, because I kind of just get up and push through things. And I think too, that helps when you just got to get up. As much as you're tired, as much as you're drained, you got to get up after. And granted, right, make sure you get your rest, because sometimes when your body is going through a transition like that, there's no doubt your body has to rest. But then there becomes a time when you feel like, well, you know what, listen, I've been in this bed for 3 days, so now, I feel I'm getting a little bit physically strong. Okay, take advantage of that a little bit. Don't wait until you feel like you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you're no. You got to get up and you got to push past it when you get just a little bit burst of energy. Because when you get up and you move past it and you just keep stepping, you might have to crawl, you might have to fall and get back up, but just keep moving past it, and before you know it, that thing will come up off of you, right? So okay, so we talk about the season now. All right, so the spiritual depression. Sorry, I was reading some of my notes. So some people, I've heard some people say that they feel like because things are coming full circle, right? Breakthrough is near, like the promises, all these things are, everything is becoming full circle. So it's almost like you feel the shift spiritually, and it's so heavy because it's so much going on, right? I don't disagree there. I really don't. So I definitely get what people are saying there. I also feel too, this is a download I got personally. Okay, so there's no doubt that many people, most people, struggle with some type of what's the word when something, it's the word I'm thinking about. I'll just use bondage for right now. Struggle with some type of bondage where they feel as if they've tried everything in their power. It might be a spirit of anger, stronghold, that's the word. People struggle with some type of stronghold. It might be addictions, right? It might be a spirit of anger, spirit of defensiveness, a spirit of impulsive, being impulse. But you tried everything in your power to try to break this stronghold off of you. You probably tried things all your life because you know it's not the right way and you don't want to be that way anymore, and you're tired of living this way. It may be a generational curse and you've just been asking God, you've been fasting to really help you with the stronghold, but for some reason you still keep finding your way back to the stronghold. Where now I've heard people say that there are certain strongholds that are boom. It's almost like it's being broken off in the spiritual realm where the struggle is not the same. And they can see where it's becoming easier and easier, right? So I believe too, because many of us are so close to destiny. I believe too, because things are changing and God needs us stationed certain places and all this good stuff. A lot of things that we've struggled with are finally being shifted and broken and all that stuff. And it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on spiritually. So these things are happening in the spiritual realm, right? So we can't physically see it, but we can feel it. There's a lot going on spiritually. So our bodies are starting to feel and shift with this energy. All right, so let's talk about, sorry, I dropped my pen. So let's talk. Let's talk about some of the things that we can do to try to get over this hump. First thing first, again, I said this earlier, just kind of get up and try to, after you feel like your body have physically rested for a while, get up and try to push through it step by step until you really just feel like you're getting your footing again. Also, exercise. Now, again, your body is tired, right? You feel like the dumbbells are on your body. So how am I going to lift these dumbbells, right? But again, it's about pushing through. You just got to have a mindset, seriously, like to fight. You just can't play with the enemy. So in all fairness, he's going to knock you out at times, period. He's going to knock you out. It is what it is. Like, I know I'm a very, very mentally strong person. He done knocked me out a couple of times. Just going to keep it real here, right? But I'm going to get back up, right? That's the key. It's like you just have to mentally be gruff and mentally know that he is really, really fighting against you. So you're literally in a fight. So it's like, when you feel just that little burst of energy, just try to get out, try to do something. And the more you do that, then the more you'll start coming back into yourself. And it may be a process, but the point is the process has to get started, right? Next, protein. Protein is very important. during bouts of depressions, things like that, right? So a good protein shake, or I like to do a good protein shake in the mornings. But protein is really, really good. Try to stay away from dairy. If you guys are not dairy free, that does have a lot to do with certain things that the body has going on during depression as well. Open your blinds. Open those blinds, honey, because let me tell you, when your body feel like that and you wake up and it's like, it's 7 o'clock a.m. Like, listen, I need another hour nap. If you keep those blinds closed, you're not getting up, right? So physically force yourself to get up. Open those blinds. Get whatever little bit of sunlight is out into your home, just to kind of give you a little bit of motivation. Again, worship music. I know you may not be connecting, or whatever your form of worship is, you may not be connecting like usual, but just try. Just try. Limit all distractions, because remember, you're already depleted. You don't have anything left to give to just people who constantly pull at you and just whatever. People, things, limit all distractions. It is a must. You have to reserve whatever little bit of energy that you have. No energy zappers. They gotta go. They got to go. Next, be very, very careful with your words right now. In general, but really right now, be very careful with your words. Oh, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. You know what? It's not even worth it. It is not worth it. I am tired. I'm just going to go do me. I ain't got time for this, right? I ain't got time for this. I don't see nothing happening. It don't make sense. Like, you know what? I'm just, bye. Be very careful with your words. Right now, it's about pressing in. You got to press in. You got to speak against what you feel. Don't even speak what you feel. You know what you feel, right? You don't got to speak against it. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired. And the more and more you speak that, Satan's hearing you. He's going to keep causing a spirit of tiredness to come on, because he knows where he's hitting you, and he knows that he is winning. So get up out of that bed, put your eyelashes on. And just keep moving, guys. Seriously, just keep moving. I think that's the biggest thing, because if Satan have you stuck in that house, stuck in that bed, you're tired, and you're spiritually depleted, he's just going to keep dropping certain things in your spirit, in your ear, in your spirit, in your ear, in your spirit. And you know what happens when you're spiritually depleted, right? So the whole goal is to, again, get back up. Just try to do something. Try to give God something to work with. And before you know it, you start to feel better. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.